What's going on, guys? It's your boy Leaving Sunset here, and welcome to the video. It's been almost a year for me. If we go ahead and look at Amber, you could see the date of when she joined your party, which, you should get her, like, usually during the first playthrough. I had Genshin Impact installed on my phone, and the reason being why I started so late is kind of just because, like, I was still watching content of whether or not I wanted to get into this game and invest time into it. Let's say maybe a couple of days later from installing it on my phone and just letting it like sit and marinate there. One of my friends on Discord, shout out to Fot16 by the way, Ethan. He persuaded me to might as well just play Genshin Impact. You have it on your phone, start it. It was literally at 5 a.m. in the morning because I had nothing to do and I was really bored. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get into it, just with no expectations other than some of the footage that I watched and like how hyped up it was. I ended up starting Genshin Impact on this date, and I remember playing it for literally I want to say 8 to 12 hours straight. I remember still playing at 6 p.m. and I started at 5 a.m. and I was like, holy crap, this game is amazing. And now, without further ado, here's the showcase. Starting date was 10/7 of 2020. Down here, I have all the characters. Got Barbara. I remember when Ling, when we first started, I think you got her at level 20. I remember Razor being my first DPS, aside from Official. He was my first real DPS. I remember my first team looked along the lines of Venti, Chi-Chi, Official, and Razor. Fun fact, because I started on mobile, I literally got to AR-55 on mobile. It wasn't until I built my first PC that I started, streaming Genshin, of course, but that's when I graduated from playing mobile. I think Beto was the first character I invested in just to get C6. If anybody remembers the Burning Grass update, I think it was 1.1 or something, and everybody was freaking out because Burning Grass and the Dendro Pillar Troll mages did so much damage. Everybody was freaking out and they're like, oh, I can't use my Pyro characters anymore, right? So I rolled for C6 Beto. Because I was freaking out so much. And then just going along the lines down here, I ended up getting all the characters here. I remember just having, going for Klee. I lost the 50-50 and got Diluc. And he was the first quote-unquote 5-star DPS that I got, and I was like, whoa, I was so hyped up, and I was like, oh, I can't believe I got him. And I was really lucky for the first time on this account to get I got Chi-Chi as my first 5-star, and then I ended up getting Venti too, really low pity. I think I was 10 or something. And then I ended up getting Skyward Harp, and that was such a cracked team. I would either be using Ling or Razor as my DPS, Visual as a sub DPS, Chi-Chi as the healer, really good, beginning to mid game, and then Venti as well. And yeah, just rolling for characters. Of course, there were some banners that I skipped. I didn't roll for Kazuha. I really regret that, by the way, because I love his character and I just love his ult. Albedo, Komi, of course, and then Kaching. I still haven't got her yet. I hope I lose a 50-50 to get her at least. That would be so dope, because I would love to build her. Yep. just having subtle investments here and there for Genshin and just enjoying my time. And now we're here a year later and just looking back at all the progress. You should be able to roll whichever characters you want, whoever you're interested in, no matter the tier lists out there, no matter people, criticizing characters. You should be able to roll for the characters you like. So far, that's been the case for me, and I've just rolled for every character that I've liked. So we're also gonna be looking at basically everything about my account. By the way, that's my favorite spot. This is one of my favorite spots here. This is where I go to roll. I like to put the times to where you could see the Milky Way and the stars, especially when I'm rolling or doing artifact rolls as well. Anybody who's been participating in Lantern Rite, you got a lot of lanterns and you gotta keep them. I like to release one before I do a roll. And you know what? Well, because I'm recording this video, let's roll one. Komi? No. But yeah, That's what I like to do. This is just my tradition, just being able to do this, and this is one of my spots that I adore. But yeah, so we'll start looking at my party setups and what I currently have. Right now, these are the characters I'm invested in into getting my friendship level up. All these characters have undone like friendship level, like they have yet to reach 10, which I love to collect name cards. That's one of my favorite things and motivating things about how I play this game right now. It's just working towards my friendship, doing all my dailies, because it challenges me not to just like breeze through dailies, to do it with characters that I haven't really built up yet. But this is like my cheese party, and then this is like a party I use to like also cheese bosses, but also just do domains with any artifact grinding. If you look at my achievements, there's like a lot of stuff that's been around here, and the cool part about like the achievement book, in my opinion, is just being able to look at the dates of like, oh, this is when I achieved this, or this is when I achieved that. I believe you could also look at your highest damage number in the overworld. That's my highest right now. I haven't really been, invested in that, but that's like my highest crit damage. And just going through the achievement book of seeing like, oh, what name cards that I get. That's the cool part about doing achievements too, is just a name card. Especially with this, right? This is one that I'm working on right now, the Hero's Journey. If I was seriously working on this, I would be doing ley lines without condensed resin, but because that's such a long grind, I just do it anyways. You see somebody on your friends list that has that, you're like, wow, look at that. This guy's been doing, a lot of Genshin grinding. Yeah, just like looking through all the achievements of like how much stuff I've been doing. Some of this is RNG as well when it comes to like, a daily quest transferring to like an actual quest and stuff like that. Current Inazuma ones, it's my current stuff. You look at your archive and you can see like, oh, how much materials, like what materials you've collected, what you're missing, all the stuff you cooked, which, whoa, there's definitely some stuff I missed, which I'm actually gonna be looking at, because this is one of the things I'm working towards too right now. Like I'm trying to like do all the recipes, which is pretty cool. Just gives me something to be motivated about in Genshin. And then all the materials right here, have yet to do the Hydro one, a bunch of other stuff. Equipment, you could look at like what weapons you have, what weapons you don't have, what you haven't really crafted yet, what you haven't rolled. Weapon banners are really punishing. And one of the shittiest feelings in the world when playing Genshin is not getting the weapon that you wanted to get. I haven't had all the... I mostly have all of them, but I haven't had all the vantage points. I guess that's something to work towards too. You can see at all the quests you've completed, all the character story quest stuff too that you've completed. It's really cool, by the way. I think this is also a good time too to look at my characters and their progress. For example, I've crowned a couple of people. I still have to do a showcase video, by the way, of Raiden. I have her at level 10. Ganyu is the first character that I've triple crowned. Honestly, she broke the damage barrier when she was released. Like, she was nutty, and she still is nutty. Yeah, still a character that I love. Honestly, my favorite character. Her stats are alright. They're not bad. Other characters that I've crowned, I think I've crowned Beto. And I've crowned Eula as well, I believe. I don't know. Just because I really loved Eula's character trailer and just like her story and her lore about her family. So see, this is how many characters I have at the moment. So if I take out all these are all the characters that I have. I've built a lot of characters to level 90. I think I have like 8 characters level 90 right now. Yeah, so I have 8 characters level 90, a lot of characters at like level 80. Lisa and Amber to level 80 because they were just so easier to get to level 80 when I was working towards their name card, because like if they were at level 20, for example, right, they die so easily in the overworld and in domains. So I was like, you know what, I might as well just get them to level 80. That's what I did. But yeah, these are all the characters I have right now. A few honorable mentions, I guess. We could look at Hu Tao, who I have like kind of some nutty crit rate to crit damage ratio. It's not that bad. Staff of Homa, of course. Talents 888. My Zhao has too much attack. I don't know why he has 1500 attack. I'm just like, I don't get all the crit rolls. I just have like a bunch of attack rolls on everything. Another honorable mention, 888. He's amazing. My Zhongli's alright. 688. Artifact stuff. He's built HP, and his crit rate to crit damage ratio is actually really good, and energy recharge. and he's built mainly with HP artifacts, which is really good. I have a lot of like C6 con stuff just because I've just been rolling for stuff. I really want to crown my Ayaka. I could pull the trigger right now, but I need to start saving up my crowns because like I think they need to be more generous with crowns, right? For the amount of characters we have right now, I think we need more crowns, right? But yeah, Ayaka's all right. I think Yoimi is amazing, by the way. I'm so glad that I rolled her banner. I was thinking about not rolling her banner until I played her character story, and I was like, wow, dude, like, I really love her character. So that's what I did. Her artifacts are alright. I'm not that good with artifact luck, by the way. Like, I have average artifact luck, but I don't really grind artifacts that much. I do a lot of more ley lines now. You could also look at, like, what name cards I currently have. I think the number was about 23. So we could look at my profile right here. Just my Twitch, by the way. I'm gonna just plug that into the description. I'm gonna plug it on the screen right here. Yeah, so this is what I have showcased right now. And what's cool about the showcase, by the way, is that the past event with the whole expedition thing, yeah, during this recent event, the expeditions, you can use your friend's characters. Yeah, so I have all these characters and just flexing the level 90, right? And then, yeah, all the cool name cards. So as you can see right here, what I have showcased right now. I'm looking forward to ride-ins right now. So this could be all purple. So orange/reddish and then bluish and then purple. I guess my favorite name card right now is Rosaria because I worked so hard for that. I didn't expect to get friendship level 10 Rosaria, but there's just so many name cards that you could like show that you just gotta choose like, oh, which name card you like to show and which name card do you want on your profile. I really love Diana's, by the way. I use her name card a lot because I really like the color pink. It's been growing on me recently, so there's that. Zhongli's really nice. The recent one I just got was Yoimiya's. Super nice. So there's that. Saw the name cards. He just showcases. Currently at Spiral Abyss. 12-3. I just beat this one, which was super hard, by the way, because of the whole corrosion thing. So right now, I am at... Okay, so this is the current one, right? So you can see like all the stats and things like that, what your floor, your teams are. 36 star at this phase, 36 star last phase. These ones I was just really lazy to get the last star. I was like, oh, do I really need to get that last star? That extra 50 primo? Pretty cool to just like look back. I mean, I'm just like looking at some of the stuff for the first time in a while, and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of stuff that I've done and I've accomplished. Like a feels good, man, right? Like a pat on the back. Yeah. Oh, and while I'm out of here, you can just see my world progress. So I haven't 100% everything, just because now I'm just really like, I'm kind of slowing down to a crawl just because like I don't want to like burn myself out when it comes to Genshin content, and I want to just have content be able to explore when I'm like, you know, playing Genshin. Right now, see, so Watsumi Island's at 57, my Kanazuka is at 82%, Narukami is slowly getting to 100, same thing with Seirai, but I still have a lot of stuff to explore, still some puzzles to do. So we got that. I got like pins marked down everywhere, just for like, oh, if I want to like mine something. I used to do a lot of mining route stuff. Loach Pearls right there, or like artifact stuff. A lot of the end game people know that like sometimes you're just in Genshin to like do your dailies, check out your resin, and then you're just out. So I'm trying to refrain from doing that. Maybe do like a farming route when I have the time, or you know, foraging some stuff. Funnily enough, I'm really lucky when it comes to the standard banner and pulling weapons. Like, I think I pulled Harp. Yeah, I pulled Harp as my first 5-star weapon. And somewhere along the lines, I pulled an Amos, pulled a Primordial. I pulled like 2 Wolf Gravestones from standard banner. And then everything else, I believe, was like weapon banner. I rolled a couple. Lucky to get like 2 weapons. And like 1 10 pull. And like getting like back to back, like I'll have a 10 pull, I'll get like Homa, or no, I got like Wolf's Gravestone, for example, on the Homa banner when it first released, and then like not even a 10 pull later, I got Homa. So like I'd say my weapon banner luck is above average. Like, it's pretty good, but you know, you shouldn't expect that much luck, especially when it comes to this game. Gotcha. And you know, you don't have to stress too much about weapons. For example, like some of the events, like the Dragon Spine event, like I still use Festering Desire to this day, and it's so good. Somewhere along the lines, you could also like invest like Blackcliff weapon, shop weapons, stuff like that, and it's really good. I just wish that the weapon banner is a little more forgiving. Even now, it's still a lot of money to like a weapon that you want. So I mean, you could be the unluckiest person in the world and just have to spend a lot of money or just not get the weapon you want. So when you're looking at my inventory, just take note of that. Like sometimes I just might have, you know, a little more luck than the average player, or just, you know, I'm not free to play. So you know, I've invested my fair share into this game. Just take everything with a grain of salt. I just want everybody to like enjoy the game and just, you know, be happy with what you have. My artifact look is pretty bad. I have yet to get a 4-piece Pale Flame for my Eula. Still working on that. Same thing with my Crimson. Dude, my Crimson Witch luck is bad. What is it called? Thundering Fury luck is really bad. Don't get me started with Viridescent, dude. I have yet to get a 4-piece Viridescent for like Venti. That's pure Elemental Mastery, or like I barely have anything for Zhao right now, so not that bad. I try to save like a lot of artifacts in the future. Usually if they have 2 or more better substats, I try to save it. I don't have a lot of mat stuff. My XP stuff is pretty minuscule because I've been trying to get Kujo Sara up recently, and my Sayuj is just recently upgraded, so I don't have a lot of XP mats. You gotta look at the stuff I have. For example, like I was farming a lot of like Rune Guard stuff back then, a lot of the Tui stuff back then. You could also look at my boss material. Just because like now, especially with the Dream Solvent update, you have the chance of getting a Dream Solvent per boss thing. Not only that, if you're free to play, of course, as well, you have a chance to get like a prototype, which is really good, which is really rare though. I haven't got a prototype drop in like a month or something. And I remember I didn't get a prototype drop for like a few months just because my prototype RNG luck was not there. But yeah, I just try to do bosses just because, like, for example, there might be like a character that gets released in the future who's still from Mondstadt, or even from like Leeway or anywhere, any region. All these boss material stuff could be useful in the future, and I've been doing the bosses ever since. Bunch of talent book stuff. You can look at the amount of crowns that I have. I think you get about 11 or 12 crowns right now. I think you should have like 11 or 12 crowns from first starting Genshin. I've been collecting a lot of food. I think that's one of the like little niches that I have, just because A, I like crafting all the recipes, and B, there's a lot of collectible stuff. For example, the Lantern Rite festival sold like foods you could collect. And so I just had that, and the whole you remember the whole KFC update once they had that. Where are my wings, by the way? Where are my red and white wings from the KFC update for Noel, by the way? I wish they give those out for free. I think you have to like buy a bucket of chicken and you get like a code or something like that. I don't do a lot of Serenity Pot stuff, so I don't have a lot of wood. You saw the Claymore stuff. I don't do a lot of fishing too. It's like, there's so many things to grind in this game, from Serenity Pot material stuff to like fish stuff. I still need to do more fishing. But yeah, I also buy a lot of stuff from the shop, just because like I craft a lot of food, for example, and so I buy out the shop every week, multiple shops. Ever since they took out the foraging update from the battle pass, which I hope they implement back, that was like my motivation to forge stuff. And now ever since then, I think they've replaced it with the Serenity Pot update stuff. I haven't really been foraging stuff, which I should do, by the way. Yep, and then this is all my like device stuff, Sealy stuff. I didn't do the Oceania thing because I was burnt out when it came to like Genshin. And that was one of the first events that I didn't like complete all the way. So there's that. Bunch of quest stuff. Dude, I feel so bad for like eating some of my quest items. Now I can't get them back, and I'm like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't have ate that, right? I think a lot of people have that regret of eating their quest items. So yeah, I just have a bunch of quest item stuff that I have. One of my favorite quest items. And I look back and I like read at some of the stuff here and there, just because like lore wise or things like that. Yeah, Star Glitter stuff, Stardust stuff. You don't have to worry about that. Lanterns that I still have. I am gonna craft a shit ton of these back when Lantern Rite comes around the corner again. I think it's next February, but we'll see. And then this is just like, of course, Serenity Pot stuff. I'm not really caught up on all this stuff. If you guys want to see my Serenity Pot, it is very barren. If you know, I've seen some really cool Serenity Pots where they have like water slides or like roller coasters or some shit like that, and I think that's really fascinating. It's really creative too. There's a lot of things you could do here. But yeah, I only really do Serenity Pot stuff to buy resin, buy material stuff, to do the battle pass stuff, and just for companionship XP. Mine's really not that big. We could go inside, but it's nothing too special. Here, have some characters right there. You have a kitchen here. I wish they put the thing further so where, like, for example, once you start building stuff, there's like a cap of like how much stuff you could build for inside and outside. I hope they increase it in the future. Like, my Serenity Pot's like dead. I want to add more stuff, but I can't. Yeah, I got Yomi over here. Got my room with a dog. Let me go over here. I think this is the office. Like, this is where I'd add Jean if we could add more companions. But it's like a leeway office. Nice. I believe upstairs just no well. Yep. Cat. Yeah. So that's my Serenity Pot. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna be releasing a video soon about the whole 1-year anniversary of Genshin Impact. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Peace.